morning, good afternoon, good evening, good middle of the night, wherever you are watching this right now. I want to remind you of something. First of all, you're on Tapngrl Tapping Into You. I'm your host, Colette, and I want you to know, first and foremost, whenever you watch this, it's just as powerful as live, okay? I want to keep saying that. I got my friend Laurie Sparks back here with me today. We're going to be all about her in just a minute or two. First thing I want to do is thank my sponsors. Noblesville Trophies, Logan Street Signs and Banners. It is through the generosity of Jim Wofford and All Things Technical that I'm here, able to teach you, navigate the tapping, how we do this, and all that fun stuff. So I also want to bring up, remember, I'm in Natural Awakenings. You can get this advertised in the back. You can get this at like Fresh Time. You can get, I know Kroger carries them. It's a monthly publication, and it's actually for sale right now. I didn't know if you knew this.
I didn't know.
Yes, they're looking for a buyer. If you are interested in owning this publication, get to me. I'll put you with the two owners. That's fantastic ladies, okay? These are all things are alternative. You know, the tapping, hypnosis. That's what Laurie does. We're going to be talking about here in a minute. So what I want to remind you is I am not a doctor. I am not a psychologist. I teach from my own life experience. So if you're on a protocol from a doctor, stay on that protocol. If you're seeing a psychiatrist, psychotherapist, you need to stay with that protocol. You can always use the tapping in addition. Okay, it's like I tell people, if you break your leg, of course you'd go to a doctor, but when we're doing the tapping, we allow our body to heal faster, better, stronger. Okay, so Laurie and I, how long have we known each other now? 2-3 years?
Yes.
Something like that.
Probably 3 years.
Time flies.
Yes.
And Laurie, in my world, kind of dropped off the radar for a while. And what actually happened was, about 2 weeks ago, I was looking through the pictures on our computer, and I saw a green screen behind you and I, and you leaned over laughing. And it's one of my favorite pictures. She was just laughing so hard. And within a week, I see a post from her, hey everybody, I'm coming back out, and here's going to be my webpage, and da-da-da. So I got a call from Lisa the other day who said she's not going to be able to make it. And bam, Scott actually suggested somebody. I said, nope, I'm not at a yes yet, because I try and honor that. And then all of a sudden I went, it's Laurie. So I said, oh, see, and I'm getting goosebumps just telling you about it. And so I shot her a note. She was like, wow, yes. So what I want you to do, while it looks like I'm really know what I'm doing here, is you're going to tell them what you do and how to find you, and then we're going to have a discussion here.
Okay, can I cue Diana Ross so she can
I'm coming out. Yes, you can. Okay. You go right ahead.
Well, right now, before my website is live and going, the best way to reach me is by phone. 317-446-7787. That's your direct line to Sparks.
Yes. I love her name.
As Mark always says when he's working on things, stand by for arcs and sparks.
For arcs
you
and sparks.
You never know what's going to come. When you
I love it. And don't you drive a spark?
Yes, I do. So yeah, it's all about the electricity.
It's all about the spark.
Yes. Or you can reach me by email at lsparks62@gmail.com.
Okay, good. See how we faked y'all out? I've got this posted on the timelines. All right, so here's what I decided we were going to talk about today is we're going to talk about success and joy.
Okay.
First of all, and so what we're going to be tapping about is some of the thoughts, ideas, and beliefs that we have that kind of keep us from stepping out, doing our spark. How's that?
That's good.
Now, I would like you to tell them, and because I wasn't purposely listening, I was keeping quiet to myself, even though you guys heard it. No, I'm just kidding. What was the lay and low for a while?
Yes, and thank you for asking. So I am very much like Wayne Dyer. When Wayne Dyer would learn something, he would take it live. Every single little piece of information he would take, he would go live with it. And I've always lived out loud like that as well. So when I first learned hypnosis, I just went out and started teaching and talking and working. And I just kept getting this message to step back. So basically what I would help people do is I would help them get the perspective, the 30,000 foot view of themselves.
Yes.
And then I needed that for me. But I didn't have anyone really to help me get that. And so what I needed to do is I needed to go deep myself and bring that focus and really connect to my servant heart. And I had to let the last fragments of ego drop away. And so what I did was I stepped back from the practice, which of course triggered like every fear, everything you can think of. You know, what have I done? I started something. Can people wait? I don't know.
Will I lose them?
Right, right. All of that, you know, which really, it's all about us anyway, our journey. So I worked for Starbucks, and I brought a coffee and help people start their day in the morning. Then I went to my friend's company, and I Midday Dog Walkers. Big shout out to Angie Sidebottom.
Oh, nice.
And when I started working with animals, everything just poured in.
I was going to say, as soon as you said that, I just felt it.
It just my heart
unconditional love,
unconditional love, and I saw really what I do is I'm the electrician. I'm all about connectivity. So hypnosis is a tool I use, but really I had to broaden and go to lauriesparks.com because what I do is connectivity.
Okay, now you've always said that to me anyway. You just connected with it. We're going to keep using the word connected. Connected to your connecting to be able to connect.
Yes.
You know, and you can say that word as many times as you want and keep feeling the depth of it.
Yes.
Because the things that you're saying, I'm hearing the knowing that you always had. It was about knowing the knowing.
Yes.
Whoa. Okay. We never know how deep we're gonna go.
That's right. And I had to, and that can go. I can tell you that can go really, really deep.
Yes.
Because I'm getting into roots as an adopted person. I just connected to my birth mother and birth family in the last 2 weeks.
I didn't know you were adopted.
Yes, I was.
How cool.
Yeah. So if you think of a plant, I just grabbed a new root fragment and grafted that to mine, and energetically what that's done to my world is huge. It's broadened my neural network of root system so deeply that I'm ready to take this to the level I really always wanted.
Yeah.
To take.
And you were already pretty deep as far as I thought anyway, with the things that she could see and do for healing and well-being.
Yes,
I mean, that's really what I meant.
Yes.
Also, when I walked in today, I haven't seen Laurie in a while, and I said, have you gained weight? Because Laurie is tiny. And you just look so healthy and well. I'm just so glad to see that. Like I said, she just kind of dropped off. And I always know that when people show up, there's always a reason, and it's all good, and I don't have to be in judgment of any of it. And so when I contacted her, we talked about being here, I thought about, well, why don't we talk about the things that happen when we're thinking about getting out there? Now, I'm sure she's navigated all of this. I mean, that's why she's here. It's just, this is going to enable you, because we talk about relationships, we talk about money, we talk about weight loss, we talk about, you know, everything that's in this reality. We talk about the beliefs and all of those things. And so if there's a way I want to step out, a way I want to be bigger, a way I want to show up, well, everything I'm doing is based on my own belief system. What do I think? I've got a little contrast going on in my own life right now with some family. It's all good. You know, I get really upset, but then I go back to my own teachings and my understandings of, okay, why does this trigger me? What's going on? I don't want to stay completely focused on that. What I really want to do is I really want to get over here with my inner being, my source, who says, look, I can focus on things I love and appreciate. If it includes that person, fine. But by focusing on what I love and appreciate, I actually get more of it from everyone. So it's been, I could say it's been an interesting few months, but even just this morning's been amazing. Because I wake up, I'm reading, I had somebody tag me in a whole story they had of contrast and how they navigated it, and I'm like, wow, that was awesome, you know, because basically she said, you know, I know who I am, I know how I want to feel, I was focusing on that, and, you know, on and on and on to where the story resolved itself. Now, we know it works that way energetically. It can be a challenge for us to trust it because we were trained to think a different way. So within, I mean, it was like this.
Yes.
I write and go, wow, I'm dealing with this thing myself. I go back to remembering I'm valued, I'm worthy, I'm lovable, I'm awesome, I'm amazing. You know, everything that shows up is a match to me and big information.
Sure.
So these things people do that we feel are done against us are actually information for us.
Yes.
And this is the stuff that you know, I'm trying to help everybody know, because it can feel a lot more empowering when you feel
Sure.
like something's happening to you,
Right.
to know that it's happening for you.
Right.
And because of you, with you, by you. I like to put all those prepositions in
Right.
there. So, so right after that, I go and I said, you know, it's practice. Now, there's something about our brain that just can't really believe it's just practice
I know.
of learning a new way to think.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So we struggle, we're trying to figure it out. And I say the measure is not always can I be around that person and be okay with the choices they're making. Sometimes the measure is my understanding. Maybe I don't always feel good
Right.
when I'm there, and maybe I want to step back, because look, the most important thing in the world to me is how I feel. Okay? Because that's how I get everything. Okay? So it doesn't mean I have to push somebody away. That's resistance. Resistance means it's going to line me up with it. I'm going to have other people do the same things, right?
That's
And we're
right.
going to
What
see
we
more and more of
resist
it.
persists.
Yeah, what we resist persists.
Yeah.
And so in that awareness, I go over and I'm on these pages. First of all, I got to tell you, it's hilarious to me when people talk about the drama on Facebook and all
Yeah.
that, because I don't get any of that. I have an awesome timeline and newsfeed.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
everybody that I'm on Abraham pages, Law of Attraction pages, you know, Love Yourself pages,
Yeah.
and I actually use Facebook to uplift me.
Yes.
It's a fast, easy, grab it, okay, read some memes, yeah, rock, go, okay. So sometimes it's FS, sometimes it's not, but here I go over to this page, and at the very top it says, it's practice, it's practice. You gotta practice and practice and practice and practice and practice and practice and practice.
Yes.
Everything you're doing is practice.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So as I say, everything that you're getting in your life, you practiced your way to.
Yes.
Everything that you want is going to be the same way. You're going to have to practice your way to it. And you
Right.
practice your way to it in feeling.
Yes.
Okay? Thoughts, feelings, you know, thoughts create feelings, feelings create thoughts, okay? Let's not get hung up on the which side of the equation, where that all starts, because everything has to do with how I feel. So as I was taking my walk this morning, I'm telling you, I just saw if there were like a way to link a cable from my brain to my phone and let everything that I think when I'm on these walks just go into a recording thing,
Yeah.
because it's just so, it's so good. I sound so good in my head on my walks. I get it. And then those people do those things. So here I was thinking about new ventures and you know, how we feel and things like that. And I was thinking there's some things I want to remind you of with the tapping.
Okay.
Questions. Questions are a really good way to know what are you tapping about.
Yes.
Okay? So let's say somebody triggers you, and I'll just use that word trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's something you want to do. You want to step out. You want to do your Diana Ross. Come back out again, okay? And you've got these fears, okay? 2 questions you can ask yourself in navigating the tapping over and over and over again, okay? How do I feel when this is going on? Whether it's you can't sleep or you're afraid to step out. Or you don't want to leave the relationship. Or you, okay? Doesn't matter what it is. How do I feel when this is going on? And when else have I felt this way?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
That's a good,
those
those are
2,
great questions.
yeah,
Those are
because
great questions.
I did a live a couple weeks ago about not sleeping,
Yes.
and I was showing them how we follow the story actually backwards. And I said, okay, so when I'm not sleeping, I feel frustrated, or I feel scared. Okay, and then by tapping on that just a little bit, you'll have a story come up.
Right.
Because that's the whole point of tapping, is to bring up the emotional memory.
Sure.
And so up came, I was just playing with it. I was kind of making stuff up until I realized, no, I wasn't. And I said, okay, this kind of reminds me when I was in school, didn't have my homework done, and the teacher made me stand in front. You know, everybody who didn't have their homework had to stand up and be humiliated.
Yes.
And so then I felt that humiliation and went, okay, when else have I felt that way?
Yes.
And next thing I know, I'm telling a real story about the first day of first grade,
Yes.
and that we had triple bunk beds.
Yes.
I fell out of the top bunk.
Yes.
Okay, 7 years old. I could have been in the middle, but it was a far place away when you're 7. And my mom came in the room, and I said, I cut my eye, and I said, nobody's going to like me. I'm going to be ugly. And in that moment, and I've realized it before, but in that moment, I was like, okay, that's really my story, and I'll start tapping. That story did not start that day. Yeah. That information of me thinking that came before that. So we started following it backward. Next thing I know, in this thread, we're all talking about thumb sucking and insecurity. It was awesome. Okay, in my world, it was awesome because you could just read that thread, start tapping, and get relief on whatever your issue is. And it was just so cool. So here was this lady somewhere else talking about not sleeping. I said, here's my life, put a thing. And she said, oh my gosh, from watching this, I was reminded, she's almost 60, of something that happened when I was 6. And y'all know me, I just go, yes, okay? Because when we release the emotional attachment, that keeps us stuck in that story, that's when we get the freedom. And that's a lot of what you do.
It is.
You're going in and taking their story, right?
Well, I'm creating a space, basically, where it's almost like a vacuum, where all of the little missing bits can come together in a painting, kind of thing, and then you can view it. And the really powerful part about that is we can see repeating patterns that a lot of times we weren't aware. Right. But just by doing simple practices, right? These simple practices, we see the pattern. And then when it pops, we're like, there's that pattern again.
Yeah, and here I am, same family pattern. Right. Now, I was saying this morning, I actually said to my husband when I came home from taking my short walk this morning, that in family stuff, we're usually seen as who they remember we were and not who we are. Correct. Okay, which is exactly what I got going on, and it's okay. This thing going on with me and this other person has to do with a lot with I gave that person a lot of power. Sure. I got mother issues. I mean, we all do. Even if you had the best mother in the world, we all got something going on, right? I can remember saying to my mom at one point, "Look, just quit saving for anybody's college. Just put it in a counseling fund because, anything that goes," and she said, because anything that goes wrong is the mother's fault anyway. So, look, we just know that's kind of how we do and how we're made. And we're not used to, some of us aren't so practiced, maybe I ought to say it that way, to look for the golden nugget of the pattern of what I'm getting. Yes. Okay? Because look, physician, know thyself. Yes. I mean, it's all the old stuff, And the reason that we have to work at, I like play at better, changing these thoughts, ideas, and beliefs is because everything we learned by age 7. Your brain was in pure download mode, and that's part of what you do is get them into theta, isn't it? Right. Okay, and I will never forget that she said that when she and I met. She was like, did the tapping, didn't work. And I'm like, you don't get to say that to me. And then we did the tapping. She was like, well, that was not the tapping I did. And so, by the way, I'm at 100% conversion.
Isn't that amazing?
With people who've done the tapping and say it doesn't work. I had somebody tell me a week ago it doesn't work for a migraine, and I'm like, yes, it does. I got like 8 people on my timeline. Go talk to them. Yeah. Not just for me. Yes, I love money, and I love y'all coming to me and all that stuff, okay? But I will tell you, first and foremost, I want you happy. I want you well. I want you working with somebody that you feel good about, if that's what it is that you need to do. It's not just about me, even though it's always about me. We all get that, right? I mean, it's always about me. Who else could it be about, right? Okay? So I'm the perceiver of the stuff that's going on, okay? And because we think perception is reality, and, we're learning all kinds of things like don't face reality unless it's the one you want, right?
Well, we're projecting it all.
Absolutely. This is it's from inside out, but we see that outside, and we try and figure us out, and it's like, well, they chose it. Okay, well, I'm the guy seeing it. Yes. Why am I seeing it? What is the fear there? Okay, so another question you can ask, especially if you're looking at a business venture, or you can even do this with money relationships, is what's the upside of my being successful?
Okay.
What's the downside of my being successful?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can flip it. Now, in my world, I don't do failure. Okay,
Yeah.
I label everything success.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about somebody who has a lot of money. We might label them successful, but if they're not happy, are they?
Sure,
really?
right.
So in the teachings of Abraham that some of you are aware of, success is measured in joy.
Right.
So as I'm walking this morning, and I kind of got myself a little snitty-fied about some things going on, I'm going, no. I want to feel joyful. I want to feel
Right.
peaceful. And a lot of times I start there.
Right.
My preferences matter. There's a lady, go get on her page on Facebook, Discipline, Mary Myers. She's amazing. She's really good at helping you navigate where you are to where you
Yes.
want to be
That's
by
amazing.
here's what I got, so I'm noticing this, I prefer this, okay, and then helping shift myself over there. So it was even in writing my response on that thread where I became aware, oh my gosh, okay, this is so great because it's getting me back over to me and going,
Right.
I don't need anybody else's permission to feel good.
Right.
I don't need anybody else to agree with me to feel good. Sure, it's nice. I mean, come
Right.
on, doesn't it feel easier if somebody else loves us and we go, oh, okay, now I can like me. Okay,
Right.
but we both know
Right.
I gotta love and appreciate me first. That way, I get more of that. So, I was even thinking about the setup phrase. Even though I'm afraid I need their approval to feel successful.
Okay.
Can you relate to that at all? I mean, do you get what I mean when I say that?
Yeah, but I don't.
No, not you personally.
Oh, okay. Yes.
No,
Oh,
because I know you've navigated all
Sure,
this.
yeah.
So you're going to pretend that
Okay, gotcha.
you didn't.
Okay.
Okay, because we're trying to help them. It's kind of like we were watching Family Feud the other night, and the guy answered the question from his own life experience. It's like, no, this was 100 people in the audience, not you. All right, so what we're going to just start with, let's just say that you are trying to be successful and you know, I don't like the word trying, but I just blew it out of there, that you need somebody else's approval to be successful in a relationship, in a job, okay, maybe you think you need your boss's approval to feel successful in the work that you're doing, okay, any manifestation of that, okay. Another question you might ask yourself, who's going to have a problem with you, like let's say success comes with money.
Yeah.
Who in your life's going to have a big problem with that? Because that's big info about how you stop yourself and sabotage yourself, right? Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Another setup I got was, even though I thought success was measured in dollars. Oh. See, a lot of people do that, okay? I'm not the rah-rah face your fear guy,
Sure.
okay? Because if I've got a fear, I'm going to go tapping on it. That's going to be
Sure.
me facing it. I'm going to start gently navigate my way through it. But that thing of like, run through a wall on fire, I'm always on fire. Let's just
Right.
But I'm not going to say, oh, let's go face my fear and all that. No, that's like traumatizing, okay? So what I want to do for me is I want to find out, where is that fear from? Is it true? How do I knock it out, okay? So, look, it doesn't matter if you're doing, hypnosis, tapping, throwing ashes, whatever it is that you're doing that for you helps you become aware, helps you know where you got your thoughts, ideas, and beliefs, helps you navigate that, and know that you're so much more, okay? We're all doing the same thing. We're asking the questions. Where'd you get your info? Who did that to you? Why is it true? Right?
Right.
Okay, good. All right. Then one other one that I had was, even though I thought I needed success to feel joyful. Okay? So the reason I give you those 3 setup phrases, here, so you can see it, is you can start with any of those or all of them, and you're going to start finding goodies in there about garbage you've got buried that
Yeah.
have to do with why you're making the choices that you're making.
Yeah.
Okay? So let's see. Let's do, even though I thought success was measured in dollars.
Okay.
Let's do that one. So what y'all want to do is you want to rate that on a 1 to 10. Okay, how true is that for you? Okay, maybe you have somebody in the family that's really successful financially, and everybody thinks they're the bee's knees. And maybe you're really joyful, okay, but you don't have all the money, and you're like, well, I'm not a success. Okay, don't have to do that, all right? That's just one way that can show up. It can show up a billion ways, okay? Maybe somebody always said things to you, don't get too big for your britches. We have things like that show up in the memory that then we can tap out, or we can have the hypnosis
Sure.
to actually change that program.
Right.
Right? Okay, so get your rating, even though I thought success was measured in dollars. And let's go to the side of the hand. If you've done this before, you know you're just going to follow and repeat. Laurie's going to be my echo. If you haven't done this before, guess what? You're going to follow and repeat. Same instructions. Good job. All right. Even though I thought success was measured in dollars.
Even though I thought success was measured in dollars.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
And even though I thought success was measured in dollars.
And even though I thought success was measured in dollars.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Okay, by now you might have a person showing up who told you that. And even though I thought success was measured in dollars.
And even though I thought success was measured in dollars.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Okay, now the first thing I always like to do when we go to the eyebrow, take a nice breath in through the nose, fill up your belly, and then blow it out. I thought success was measured in dollars.
I thought success was measured in dollars.
Side of the eye. I'm trying to figure out right now where I'm from, because are you hearing the way I'm saying dollars? I'm going, dollars. What? I thought success was measured in dollars.
I thought success was measured in dollars.
Under the eye. I thought success was measured in dollars.
I thought success was measured in dollars.
I'm saying it like dolls. That's what I'm doing right here.
Huh.
I thought success was measured in dollars.
I thought success was measured in dollars.
Chin. The more dollars, the more success.
The more dollars, the more success.
Collarbone. Somebody taught me that.
Somebody taught me that.
Under the arm. And it's been my measuring stick ever since.
And it's been my measuring stick ever since.
Top of the head. I thought my success was measured in dollars.
I thought my success was measured in dollars.
Eyebrow. Let's do the breath again. What if there's more to it?
What if there's more to it?
Side of the eye. What if there are other ways to measure my success?
What if there are other ways to measure my success?
Under the eye. What if I go from success to success?
What if I go from success to success?
Under the nose. What if everything I do I call successful?
What if everything I do I call successful?
Chin. If I try something and it doesn't work?
If I try something and it doesn't work,
Collarbone. Isn't that successful?
isn't that successful?
Under the arm. I know what not to do now.
I know what not to do now.
Top of the head. That's one way to shift my idea of success.
That's one way to shift my idea of success.
Eyebrow. What if the amount of joy I feel in my life,
What if the amount of joy I feel in my life
side of the eye, is a way better measure of my success?
is a way better measure of my success?
Under the eye. How happy am I with myself?
How happy am I with myself?
Under the nose. How good do I feel about me?
How good do I feel about me?
Chin. These are big clues about my success.
These are big clues about my success.
Collarbone. What if I allow myself to feel more joyful?
What if I allow myself to feel more joyful?
Under the arm. And then the dollars come.
And then the dollars come.
Top of the head. If dollars are important to me.
If dollars are important to me,
Eyebrow. Allowing myself to feel better.
allowing myself to feel better.
Side of the eye. Allowing myself to be aware.
Allowing myself to be aware
Under the eye. Of where I got these limiting beliefs.
of where I got these limiting beliefs.
Under the nose. Maybe I was trained that dollars was the measure.
Maybe I was trained that dollars were the measure.
Top chin. And maybe there's more.
And maybe there's more.
Collarbone. I like being more aware of myself.
I like being more aware of myself.
Under the arm. I like knowing where I got this programming.
I like knowing where I got this program.
Top of that. Or that it exists.
Or that it exists.
Eyebrow. So I can release it.
So I can release.
Side of the eye. I don't need to be so limited.
I don't need to be so limited.
Under the eye. What if there's so much more to success?
What if there's so much more to success?
What if my success is measured?
What if my success is measured
Chin. In the amount of joy I feel.
in the amount of joy I feel?
Collarbone. And the more I give, the more I get.
And the more I give, the more
That
I
must
get.
have been you that just popped in. Under the arm. The more joyful I feel.
The more joyful I feel.
Top of the head. Color me successful.
Color me successful.
Take a nice breath. Okay, so if you had a story pop up, all you do is just tell that story while you're tapping. As always, you know, I do this one-on-one and I do it in group. It is my love, it is my passion to help you find this negativity and limiting beliefs, just like Laurie, helping you be your best self. This is fun for us. I tell people, your garbage makes my blood flow. I don't know why. I mean, thank God for my mess, because I really found plenty in there that was a mess that now I've navigated and I can help you guys do it, okay? Yeah, he feels better. Okay, so let me thank my sponsors again. Logan Street Sides and Manners, Noblesville Trophies, the amazing Jim Wofford, and all of this technology that lets us be here. I want to thank Laurie. Tell them how to find you again.
Thank you so much for having me on the show.
Absolutely.
You can find me at lsparks62@gmail.com. Please watch from my new website, lauriesparks.com, LAURIE Sparks.com, or call me at 317-446-7787.
Yay! All right, everybody, we're signing out today. We'll be back in a couple more weeks with Melissa, like we usually are on the fourth Thursday. Till we see you next time. Melissa's not here to say tap it out, Angel. So I'm going to say till we see you next time, keep tapping into you.
Thank you.
Yay!